And we are back. Or are we? Welcome to The Big Puzzle. In this podcast, we explore the subtle connections between science, religion, politics, economics, and history. One piece at a time, we unveil the big picture of this shared experience that we call life. It's been over a month since the last video, and I've been thinking about what to do. Of course, I didn't run out of things to say. I don't think that will ever happen. But several things happened that made me reconsider if what I was doing was the best thing. And one half of the problem has to do with YouTube deciding not to promote what I publish. I don't know why. I'm not surprised, but yeah, the last videos were not shown to pretty much anybody. So then I said, well, why would I take the time to try to say something if it's not going anywhere? But that happened in the past, right? So it's not something new. But there is something new, something that I realize. And I hope that by the end of this video, you will understand what I'm talking about. So today I want to tell you a little story of my friend George. So George is very creative. He is an inventor, and he came up with a very clever idea for a photocopier. It was so good. It was so fast, so we could make thousands of copies a minute, and the quality was perfect. You pretty much couldn't tell the difference between the original and the copy. So he was very excited about his new machine, and he set it up and started offering the service. And a lot of people showed up, and especially when people knew about the quality and the speed, they came from first all over the neighborhood, then all over the city, and sometimes even from all over the state to his shop to photocopy large amounts of documents. There was only one problem. It was terribly expensive. Each copy cost like $10. And he knew that if he charged $10 to everybody who came, well, they would stop coming, right? Nobody's willing to pay that, no matter the quality, no matter the speed. So he was in this conundrum. So what could he do? So still believing in his idea and not wanting to, lose the notoriety and even the fame that he was getting, he got a loan from a bank, and there are, suspicious pretenses, and then he kept his shop open for longer while he was trying to figure out how to make it profitable. Now, one day when he was servicing his machine, he was going through, cleaning the memory, because one of the things that his photocopier did, like most modern photocopies, it was stored in memory the image of what we were scanning. So when you didn't have to scan it several times if you wanted to print several copies, it was just store the first scan into memory and then print it many times. And he was cleaning that, and accidentally he opened one of the documents that he scanned, and he noticed that it was a copy that he had done earlier that day, and that was from his friend Ahmed. So Ahmed had a hot dog stand close by, and sometimes he will come, to print or to copy paper for sometimes for taxes, sometimes for different things. But he noticed that this document was something that he wanted to leave in the bank, and it was the recipe for his secret sauce. And Ahmed was doing really well. Everybody was going to his stand because he became famous as well. his hot dogs were the best in the city, and people noticed, and it had to do with that secret sauce, and nobody could figure it out what it was. So suddenly, my friend George, he found that he had access to that secret sauce. And an idea came to his mind. Well, what if I put my own hot dog stand and, create a little friendly competition with Ahmed, and he could probably make some money, and he could pay the bank back, and he could keep his shop, his photocopier shop, open for longer. And then, he started to, by sheer curiosity, he started looking at other documents that were scanned. And then he found something that Lucy came to scan, to photocopy earlier. And Lucy, she had a bakery. And again, it was a very successful bakery in the area. And he realized that Lucy had been doing a lot of research in marketing. And she came up with a very clever marketing strategy. How she was using social media in such a way that she would target the people in the right time at the right moment, and saying the exact words that she needed to say to convince people to go to her bakery, and it was really working. So she had gone to George's shop to just make some copies of the ideas and the process, because she wanted to kind of organize it a little. So now George said, okay, what if I combine both? What if I combine Ahmed's secret sauce with Lucy's marketing strategy? That would be unbeatable. And it was. He did, and it was. Suddenly he had the most successful hot dog stand. He hired somebody to work it for him so he could focus on his main interest, that was the photocopying. But that gave him a source of income that was very much needed, so he could subsidize the copies and keep his shop open and his marvelous machine running. And eventually Ahmed went out of business because people wouldn't go to his shop, to his stand as often as before. And George thought for a minute, maybe, did I do the right thing? Well, my shop is so important. My photocopier is so revolutionary. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, right? To have Ahmed losing his job. But that didn't end up there, because even with that, he didn't make enough money to keep his shop open. So he kept reviewing every night the things that he scanned, and he found that people were scanning all sorts of things that were useful for him. So he found somebody who was finding a new revolutionary way of funding that was kind of a crowdfunding, but with some other elements of investment. And so he decided he could do that. He could implement that himself. So he started setting up a lot of other businesses, and they were all very successful, just getting the ideas from the people who were photocopying. And the funny thing was that every day people would come to his photocopier shop, giving him documents, and not only giving them, he was not giving them for free, they were paying. Yeah, of course, they were paying 10 cents per copy, and the cost was $10, but still they were paying 10 cents. So yeah, thank you, keep them coming. So that's how George became, a billionaire. And that's how he was able to keep providing this awesome photocopying service. And his machine was the best, and everybody was celebrating him, how visionary, how good he was. Okay. YouTube is one of those photocopies, photocopier machines. And the whole AI industry is doing this. And everybody is accessing Claude, ChatGPT, Grok, you name it, and they're giving their knowledge, they're giving their ideas, they're giving their strategies for free. Not for free. I mean, well, yeah, ChatGPT is still for free, but in other cases, you're paying to give these companies a lot of information that they will use. We know for certain that the LLM business is not self-sustainable. It's way too expensive. It's like the photocopier. The numbers will never work. But any of them can put you out of business really well because you told them how your business work. Your competitor told them how their business work, and they can take both and take the best part of both and put you both out of business. If Anthropic decided to put, Anthropic bread and put a bakery, well, they have access to all the best dough recipes, and if they want to put, a finance company, they have access to all the best finance companies' information, even data, the data structure, plans for the future. They have access to everything because we give it to them. Now, I want this video to reach out to people, to humans, and I want them to be able to think about what they're doing, to be more intelligent, more humanly intelligent about what they're doing. Unfortunately, what I'm seeing is that this is probably not going to get to anybody through the algorithm. But I know that since they already use all the data that they could steal to train their models, now they're going to start using the data that they didn't use in the past, but they couldn't use it, and it's more expensive for them to steal. And part of that is transcriptions from YouTube. So I don't know. What I can tell you is I'm on the fence in this one. So I don't know if I should keep talking about these things and hoping that humans will listen to them, or if I'm just, feeding this to an algorithm that will scan it, that will use it for their purposes to hurt you and me and everybody. So my invitation would be, if you by chance listened to this, and if you think that has some merit and that more people needs to think about these things, please share it. Not for me, not for this channel. It's for you. It's for everybody. We need to figure this out before it's too late, and I'm not sure if it's not too late already. Okay, I don't want to be so gloom and doom, but yeah. Also, you probably noticed, I was going to say at the beginning, maybe you find my face floating in the screen too distracting. So I decided to use some of the recordings from my adventures in the wilderness with my wife. So I can just put my head in a corner, and if you don't want to listen to me, but you still want to see, visit virtually or by proxy some of these awesome places in Utah, well, you can watch it that way, and you can share it as well if you want. So I will be doing that. Let me know if you like it or not, and well, we'll go from there. So thank you for staying this long. I hope you learned something. I hope you thought about something new. And again, I would invite you to share this with other people that you care about. With that, see you the next one. Bye.